The Union government has notified detailed rules governing the utilization of the Environmental Protection Fund created from penalties imposed under key environmental laws. Background of the Environmental Protection Fund. The Environmental Protection Fund has been created to ensure that penalties imposed for violation of environmental laws are channeled back into environmental restoration, pollution control, and sustainability related activities. The legal basis for the fund was laid under the Jan Vishwas Act 2023, which decriminalized several minor environmental offences while retaining monetary penalties to ensure regulatory compliance. The fund draws resources from penalties levied under major environmental legislation, including laws related to air pollution, water pollution, and the Environment Protection Act 1986. The notified rules provide clarity on how this fund will be created, administered, audited, and utilized for specific environmental purposes, addressing long-standing concerns regarding the effective use of environmental penalties. Objective of the Environmental Protection Fund. The primary objectives of the Environmental Protection Fund is to convert regulatory penalties into tangible environmental outcomes. The rules seek to strengthen pollution prevention, control, and mitigation mechanisms, support remediation of environmentally contaminated sites, promote research and adoption of clean and green technologies, enhance the institutional capacity of environmental regulatory bodies. By doing so, the fund aligns with the broader principle of polluter pays, ensuring that environmental damage leads to corrective and restorative action rather than remaining a purely punitive measure. Permitted areas of fund utilization. The notified rules specify 11 broad categories of activities for which the Environmental Protection Fund can be used. These include prevention, control, and mitigation of air, water, and soil pollution, remediation and restoration of contaminated and degraded environmental sites, installation, operation, and maintenance of environmental monitoring equipment, development of laboratory infrastructure for environmental testing and compliance, capacity building of regulatory institutions and technical personnel, research and innovation in clean technologies and sustainable practices, development of information technology IT-enabled system for environmental monitoring. These provisions aim to ensure that fund utilization directly contributes to improving environmental quality and regulatory effectiveness rather than being diverted for unrelated purposes. Administrative structure and fund management. The rules clearly outline the institutional framework for administering the Environmental Protection Fund. The Union Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change will be primary authority for administering the fund, or it may notify any other competent body for this purpose. To ensure decentralized yet coordinated implementation, dedicated project management units will be created at both central and state levels. Penalties collected will be credited to the fund following a standardized procedure. The Central Pollution Control Board will develop and maintain an online portal for managing fund-related processes. This digital interface will serve as a common platform for coordination among central ministries, state governments, pollution control boards, and other stakeholders. Distribution of funds between center and states. A significant feature of the rules is the transparent sharing mechanism between the center and state. According to the notified provisions, 75% of the penalty amount collected will be transferred to the consolidated fund of the concerned state. 25% of the amount will be retained by the Center for National Level Environmental Initiatives. This arrangement recognizes that most environmental violation and remediation activities are local in nature, while also enabling the center to fund large-scale or cross-cutting environmental projects. Accountability and audit mechanism. To strengthen transparency and public accountability, the rules mandate robust oversight mechanism. The Comptroller and Auditor General of India (CAG) will audit the Environmental Protection Fund periodically. This audit requirement is crucial to prevent misuse, underutilization, or diversion of environmental penalty funds. Further, the online portal managed by the CPCB will act as a monitoring tool, enabling real-time tracking of fund allocation, utilization, and project outcomes. Together, these measures aim to enhance public trust in environmental governance. Significance for environmental governance in India. The notification of these rules marks an important shift in India's environmental regulatory approach. Instead of treating penalties merely as revenue, the framework institutionalizes their use for environmental improvement. It also complements the decriminalization approach adopted under the Jan Viswas Act by ensuring that monetary penalties have a corrective and restorative purpose. For India, which faces persistent challenges related to pollution, waste management, and ecological degradation, the Environmental Protection Fund can serve as a critical financial instrument to bridge regulatory gaps and support sustainable development goals.